Olá, querida galera que prestigiou o Sound TV e que tanto me perguntou sobre o programa. Pois é, estamos de volta agora em 2012 com carga total e, aliás, um feliz ano novo para vocês. Nesta volta, o Sound TV apresenta uma entrevista com um dos grandes ícones da cena eletrônica mundial que marcou história nos anos 90 e que ainda agita muito as pistas do mundo todo, que é o Carl Cox.
I think what drives me really is the fact that things always move onwards and upwards. You know, the future is always something which we look forward to, and that goes within hand in hand with the music as well. I mean, when I started playing music, you know, most of the musicians were, you know, playing guitar, bass, drums, singing, wind instruments, all of the above, and used to have an arranger that put all of them together and a producer that would produce their sound. And now, you know, so far down the line, over 30 years, we're now producing music with computers and working with computers in such a way. And also, all of that is quite exciting, and it excites me as well. So I tend to think that a lot of the progression of what's been going on keeps me young. And also, me being a DJ, I always have the next generation of people who come to see me. So when I started, you know, a lot of the people who came to the parties were the same age as me. Now that I've moved on in my life, in the sense of age, you know, the sons and daughters of the people that used to come to the party are the ones that are coming to my parties now. So, and they're still interested in what I'm doing. So I'm in a very fortunate position right now, for sure.
Nesta entrevista, ele conta muitas coisas bacanas sobre sua carreira. Fala como começou lá na Inglaterra a se aproximar da música eletrônica e suas referências, que vão do rhythm and blues ao Latin jazz e também ao som de Barbados, que é a sua terra natal.
Back in the day when I started to understand and learn about music, I was 8 years old, and coming from the 60s, getting into the late 60s, we're very much into R&B, funk and soul music and Latin jazz, and of course calypso music and soca music from where my mum and dad lived in Barbados. That was the music from the island. So I've always seen people kind of jump up to this style of music and enjoy themselves based on a 4/4 beat. So I think it was only natural and only fitting that in the end that I was able to elaborate on the 4/4 beat eventually in my lifetime, and to be where I am today with the whole electronic movement based on that 4/4 beat sound. I listen to all styles of music. I mean, I always kind of go back to what I really enjoyed as my youth culture of music, and I enjoy listening to a lot of the old Jackson 5 records. I enjoy listening to old Isaac Hayes. I enjoy listening to some Cliff Richard and the Shadows, all sorts of crazy stuff.
Muita gente não sabe, mas o King of Clubs, como Carl Cox é chamado, também é ator e conta sobre sua participação no filme Human Traffic, escrito e dirigido por Justin Kerrigan, que retrata a noite no Reino Unido nos anos 90, quando influenciou a cena mundial. A história se passa em Cardiff, no país de Gales.
Well, Human Traffic was something which I loved doing. I mean, for me, it was something more to do with method acting. It was to take me out of the concept of what I normally do on my day-to-day kind of running of life as a DJ, and to put me into a chair of a nightclub owner called Pablo Hassan. This movie really still is probably one of the number one dance music movies, which got you to understand what we kind of went through in our lives when it came to partying. And it's still a very funny movie, and it's still probably one of my biggest parts to date.
Chip, what the fuck are you doing, man? This is Pablo Hassan, a complete schizophrenic cokehead. If he susses you're blagging him, his boys are gonna fucking maim you, man. Hiya, Pablo Hassan. Tony Truman. Sorry I'm late.
I don't know anything about this, man.
No?
No.
Just got down here from London, right? And I've just found out my photographer was involved in a fucking car crash on the way here tonight, man. It just means we can't do it tonight.
So you mean to tell me you drove all the way down here from London just so you can't give an interview?
Next Friday night, is that alright with you?
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Nice one. Sorry about the fuck up tonight, mate. I promise we'll get it right next time.
Alright, Tony.
Alright, I'll see you next Friday, mate.
Carl Cox é dono de uma extensa discografia. Além de faixas próprias e remixes para centenas de artistas, também foi responsável por uma das coletâneas mais influentes nos anos 90, a FACT, que é a abreviação de Future Alliance of Communication and Technology. Ele agora conta pra gente como foi elaborado esse trabalho.
The Fact album was something which I wanted to make a statement on at the time, based on the music that was going on at that moment. And Fact was all about me breaking out of the UK and breaking into Europe completely, you know, on my own as an individual DJ, as Carl Cox. And the music I was playing was all the music that you heard on the Fact album. So the music wasn't just coming from the UK or just coming from America. It was coming from Japan, it was coming from Greece, it was coming from Portugal, everywhere, Detroit, everything that you hear on Fact was my experience of putting music together from a worldwide point of view. And I think a lot of people understood where I was definitely coming from when that album got released. And also we kind of pushed the boat out a little bit as well on the graphics of the album. No one's ever seen anything like that before at that time. And a company called the ME Company was the ones that designed that cover for me, which is still kind of legendary today. So I'm really happy and proud about that album release, purely based on where I was at that time.
Foi em 2002 a primeira vez que Carl Cox veio ao Brasil. Desde então, suas apresentações são aguardadas ansiosamente por um público que ele cativou ao longo destes anos e que permanece fiel à sua música e carisma nas picapes. Para finalizar, ele conta como tem sido a sua experiência de agitar as pistas brasileiras.
The first time I came to Brazil was around about 2002 at the Carnival time, which I ended up playing in Rio and Búzios and Madecias. And it was a real big eye-opener for me. I never thought that Brazil would be a place in the end that would have someone like myself kind of represent this type of music. But over the years, it seemed that people really like the music, and they have other DJs also come and play different styles of music here in Brazil, which has opened up a whole new world of people going out here and enjoying this type of music as well, which I think is a really good time for everyone now, because it's a very positive movement anyway. But meanwhile, I'm able to come back now and to still play a lot more different places here in Brazil, and people to understand now who Carl Cox is. So I'm really happy to have come over at that time and lay the foundations of the sound and the music, but also lay the foundations of who I am as an individual DJ.
É isso aí, pessoal. Não é à toa que esse simpático e grande DJ é reconhecido como um dos melhores do mundo até hoje. O Cidação TV fica por aqui. Até o próximo programa. Tchau!
Thank you very much. Obrigado.